Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Machak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. And the title of this lesson is going to be called Most of You Will Be Disappointed. Okay? And when I say most of you, I mean most of you Israelites. And of course, all you Edomites are going to be disappointed. The only ones of us who aren't going to be disappointed during the return of the Messiah, whose name is Yahweh Shai, are those who have been doing this work. So I wanted to go ahead and get a couple of scriptures and, maybe teeter-tottering back and forth, focusing, some scriptures on Edomites, self-proclaimed white people, and others on, 2/3 of our people who love the world, man. But anyway, this is Job chapter 5 and verse 12. It says, "He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise." Now this scripture is particularly talking about Esau, the self-proclaimed white man, because if you look on a dollar, which I don't have any single dollars on me, but one of the Latin inscriptions that are on the dollar bill says "Annuit coeptis," which means our enterprise is a success, which is what Esau has set up as an enterprise. This American system is meant for the setting up of the New World Order, man. Okay? That's Esau's agenda. That's the image of the beast, the New World Order. So it says, "He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise." So the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is actually going to stop that progression right before, like the scriptures say in what is that, Job the 20th chapter, before he fills his belly. This is Job chapter 20 and verse 21. It says, "There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." Now, the fullness of Esau's sufficiency is when pretty much his everything is going according to plan. He, according to his calculations, is about to achieve that New World Order that he set his hand to accomplish, man. Like the priest Ariala did a beautiful video recently breaking down ID 2020 and how all of these different companies are being used by the self-proclaimed white man to accomplish the mark of the beast system, the actual bringing it to fruition, which is part of the New World Order agenda. Now it says, verse 23. By the way, that wicked in verse 22 is talking about the laborers, man. Okay, when you go into the Hebrew, that word wicked, it goes when you break it down, it goes into laborers, which who are the main laborers, man. Even though Esau has all the nations basically subject unto him, by way of his military, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the main laborers, man. But really, everybody's going to be putting their hands on Esau in these days to come, because you got World War III that's coming up, and then after World War III, well, to close it out, okay, the finale, if you will follow with the Lord giving us spiritual power. We're going to be putting our hands on them devils too, man. So everybody's going to get a piece of Esau. But the point is, in verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay, so when Esau is about to fulfill his New World Order agenda, the Most High is gonna bring that wrath, that destruction upon him, man. Okay, so he's gonna be disappointed. We already know that. Okay, the self-proclaimed white man is not gonna be able to get away with all the atrocities that he has committed against the earth, man, and against the Lord's chosen people. Now, and you niggas are no better, man. 2/3 of our people are no better, man. We got to get on 2/3 of our people just as much as we get on Esau, man. It's like that's why I said that this scripture kind of this lesson is gonna go both ways. But this is Sirach 16:13. It says, "The sinner shall not escape with his spoils." So who's the one that has all the spoils right now? Self-proclaimed white man has all the gold, the precious stones, the best lands, possession of these different woods, just hard to acquire high quality items that really matter. We're not talking about, even though Esau has all of these, planes and, space stations and all that, we're talking about the actual substance that the earth brings forth. Esau has his creations, and then he also has the Most High's creation, And so it says the sinner shall not escape with his spoils. So Esau is not going to be able, at the end of the day, to escape with the things that he's stolen. Okay, because a lot of that gold that he has was stolen from everyone else, man. Because really, the self-proclaimed white man, the only land that he has, according to his inheritance, if you will, is the land of Edom. Okay, is Mount Seir. That's his only right. Any place, unless you are in Mount Seir, man, you are trespassing, man. Any place where a self-proclaimed white man is on the earth, if he's not in Mount Seir, over there in the Middle East, in the land of Edom, then he's trespassing. So the Most High sees all of these spoils that he has, and he's going to take it back. He's going to take it back, man. He's going to allow the Israelites to possess those things. It says, "And the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated." See, our patience is not going to be broken. Our patience is not going to be disappointed, man. Okay, because we are waiting unto the salvation of our souls, man. Okay, like the scriptures say in Luke 21. Let me get that real quick. Luke 21:19. "In your patience possess ye your souls." And we know that word patience goes into suffering. When we're here in this earth, we're suffering in the flesh. But what? We have our integrity, and we haven't sold our soul. Okay? We have possessed our soul, man. We're not crazy. We actually have the truth. But most of you people are crazy in the fact that you think that when the Lord, first of all, they don't think that the Lord's going to come back. That's 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, where they, the scoffers in the last days coming, asking where's the promise of his coming. We went into that yesterday during class in 2 Peter 3:4, and saying, "Where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation." Okay, so there were scoffers all the way back during the time of Noah. There are scoffers now, and it looks like there hasn't been much that's changed. If you look at the earth, in the sense of the sun continues to come up and go down, the seasons continue to go from spring to fall to winter. Spring to summer to fall to winter and back again. Wars keep happening, and then, people come, they reconcile for a while. The economy goes down and it comes back up. President gets elected or reelected every 4 years. All of these different things that are happening in cycles. But the Lord, see, when we say that the Lord's going to come back and wipe out and shit, and UFOs are going to come out of the sky, well, they're like, well, this hasn't happened before, So where are you getting this from? That's how they're receiving this information that we're giving out. So when he comes, they're going to be like Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. I'm starting to bring out those precepts that we went into a class yesterday. Those precepts that we brought out in class were going into not resurrection, but the day of the Lord. And that's really what this lesson is kind of going into, man. But how they're more directly focusing towards how our people are going to be disappointed, okay, and how Esau is going to be disappointed. But I'm gonna go ahead and start getting into how our people are going to get disappointed, man, because that's really what kind of stemmed the lesson, just kind of looking at how how a lot of these Jakes are really chilling, like tough, like they don't want this place to go down at all. And we already know it, but it's kind of like saddening, because it's like, if you think that this is the highest level of existence, right? Take, for example, Will Smith, right? Or one of these so-called really successful Jakes out there, man. You would think that that's the maximum level of life, when he still breathes the same air as us, which is polluted. He still lives in the same world as us, which is being destroyed. He still lives in America, where homosexuality is legal and eating pork is okay. And we can't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Certain things we can't follow. So this is not the kingdom. This is not what we ought to be looking forward to at the end of the day. Doesn't mean we can't, aspire to accomplish certain things, but at the end of the day, man, we know that this place is going to hell. It's going to the grave. What scripture am I looking for right now? Amos. I'm looking for Amos. Yeah, I'm looking for Amos. I think it's the 6th chapter. It talks about the rich men. There it is. Amos 6:1. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came. So you so-called well-off Israelites are in trouble. You're in trouble because when this place falls, your trust in this place is going to fall. That's why in Revelation, the 18th chapter, it talks about how all these nations that bought and sold to America and from America are going to be weeping, because they're going to see that the hope of all of this money that they're making by trading with America is gone, because America itself is going to be destroyed. So what do you think you niggas are gonna do when America is destroyed? It's like, I'm talking about you niggas that are really in this place. And it's so crazy, because like, okay, say you have $500 million, right? That's enough to build a legacy here in America to a certain degree. Well, when America gets destroyed, when the dollar it crashes, now if you have 500 mil and the dollar crashes, it's gonna have to crash pretty hard for you to be out in the streets, like most of these people. But at the same time, America's gonna be destroyed, like all of it. So if you don't get with the program of Yahweh Shem Shai, you're gonna go along with it. You see, like I don't see how you Jakes can't understand that. You obviously don't believe that the Lord's coming back. That's it. Because if you believe that the Lord's coming back, we're reading to you the scriptures that say that America's going to be destroyed when the Lord comes back. Obviously, you're going to get in line. But you people don't believe, man. So that's why I say most of you people are going to be disappointed, because you've trusted in America, And 2/3 of our people, man, I'm ashamed to call y'all family. Anyway, but y'all gonna get it right in the kingdom. Let's get some more precepts here in 1 John, the 2nd chapter, and the 28th verse. It says, "And now, little children, abide in him." Who is that him? Yahweh Shai, right? And who are the little children? The elect of the nation of Israel. I'll read it again. 1 John 2:28. And now, little children, abide in him, that when he shall appear, we may have confidence and not be ashamed before him at his coming. Because most people are going to be ashamed. Most of our people are going to be ashamed. We don't give a damn about the heathen. We know the heathen are going into slavery. They're going into captivity. They're doomed no matter if they try to serve the Lord. They can't. They're not. That's this priesthood and the adoption and the covenants and the promises and the law and the doctrine are only pertaining to the nation of Israel. Okay, so most of you Israelites are going to be disappointed. Most of you Israelites are going to be ashamed at his coming, man. Why? Because when you had the time to get right, now you didn't take advantage of it. You didn't, like, you know, it's like you have the red pill, the blue pill, you know. Get a 1% reward right now, or suffer a little bit and get 100% reward. You know, like, hello, obvious choice, pick me, 100% reward. But our people, they're like, oh, well, they don't believe. But if you want to get that 100% reward, you got to believe that it's coming. Our people don't believe that 100% reward is coming, man. You know, and it's really going to be 100-fold of whatever the Lord gave us that we forsook here in America. We're going to get 100-fold. Okay. So if we forsook a good job in America for this truth, we're going to get 100 employees, however you want to think about it. You know, you forsook two or three girlfriends, or they forsook you and you endured it and you didn't follow after them because they did, you know, because you were in the truth. Well, you're going to get 200-300, wives in the kingdom. Whatever it is that we forsook here. Okay. That time that, this time that we're sacrificing for the Lord right now. You don't think we're going to get that time to do whatever we want in the kingdom? Anyway, that's the verse. Next scripture is in Timothy. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Now, we all have to live in the flesh, so we're all going to obviously have to work. We're going to have to do regular human things, but we're not going to entangle ourselves. I believe Atazawam, the head of the Atlanta camp, put it beautifully. I think that was on Saturday, during the live camp. He said, we don't really know how deep you can get into America, because personally, he's talking about for the brothers that were there, and really any brother in the truth, because we haven't made it here in America. So you got to really kind of make it here in America to really feel the intensity of pleasures that this place can bring. If you got a good lump sum of money, if you are famous or whatever the case is here in America, that's really the only way. Or unless you're an elite Edomite, or one of these higher up Edomites, that's the only really way that you're gonna get the full dose of America. And he said, you want to detach. We ought to detach ourselves from the tentacles. That's the word he used. America's tentacles, man. Because it really will wrap itself around you and encompass you and make you want to forsake the Lord, because, oh man, it feels so good to be, out here in this world. That destruction is going to come so quick, man. It's going to come so quick to these jakes that's living in pleasures, man. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. See, so only those who are chosen are going to be the ones who please Yahweh Hashem Yahshua on this side, man, which is going to allow us to be preserved from the destruction that's going to come upon everybody else. You see? I mean, he brought that out constantly. Yahweh consistently brought that out. Do the work, you'll be rewarded, you'll be preserved. Psalms 91. Our people, man, so hard-headed. Don't want to listen. This is Isaiah 65:11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain. Talking about the 2/3. That prepare a table for that troop, which that troop is self-proclaimed white man, Esau. And when you prepare a table, you're basically like, I mean, think of it. Think of the act of preparing a table. You're getting ready to feast. You know, I'm not talking about, when I was younger, we would have delegated days of the week to cook because I had siblings. So certain siblings would cook during certain days, and for everybody else. And I had a good handful of siblings, and then and we would all, as a family, eat at the table. And when you cooked, you had to set the cups, set the plates. Cups, plates. The forks. You actually set the table. And, bring the food. We wouldn't actually put the food on. Everybody would serve them. Well, I think, I don't know. I can't remember, honestly, if we would serve, if we would serve the parents first or whatever. But the point is, when I did it, I did it by myself. Everyone did it by themselves. I prepared the table. We were getting ready to eat dinner together. So this is what Jake is doing for Esau. He's inviting, Esau to come and eat with him, man. So they can devise all different types of ways to be demonic and enjoy their short time that they have left here, man. Let me see here. It says, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Wherefore will I number you to the sword? Verse 12, I'll read it again. Isaiah 65:12. Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh your power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. And that is exactly what we're about to see. An extremely short period of time when Yahweh appears, man, and he cracks them clouds, and all you niggas in your Maseratis and your Rolls Royces, which there's nothing wrong with having a Rolls Royce or a Maserati, but these Jakes they're encompassed with the love of being on in America, man. They have, there's nothing wrong with actually having a Maserati or in itself. It says the love of money is the root of all evil, not money itself, the love of it, because you love in this world. This world is perishing, man. It's gonna be evaporated. Okay. Ain't gonna be no 300 years from now, and we gonna be in 2320. How do that don't even make 2320? I hope we don't even see 2021 in this motherfucker, man. But according to the prophecies, everything has to be played out. Now, with that being said, most of you Jakes, you want the year 2500 to be eventually coming to pass, man. But it's going to be disappointed. That expectation that you have is going to be squashed. Most are going to bust that bubble, man. So we're excited. Last scripture, Isaiah 44:24. It says, thus saith Yahweh, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am Yahweh that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself. See, most Israelites, they have a concept of God, But they don't think about the Most High like that really that much to really remember that he's the reason why you here. Like, why would you not give reverence to him? But that's the Most High going to destroy you niggas, man. You know, I try to be tactful with my speech, but he really is going to destroy a lot of you jakes, man, because you don't care about the Most High like at all. it's gonna be an interesting thing to see, man. And a lot of jakes are catching hell. A lot of 2/3 are catching hell, but it's gonna be way more hell to catch coming soon. And we don't give a damn about you Edomites, you self-proclaimed white people, or any of you other nations. We don't care about the fact that y'all catching hell, because it's gonna come to pass. But with our people, it's actually preventable. Now, according to prophecy, we know that 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed. But why would you suffer for wickedness' sake when you could? We're going to all have to suffer in some way, form, or fashion to get to the kingdom. But why wouldn't you suffer to be saved, to not be burnt up, to not die in a famine, to not be gunned down, and have your families? Oh God, man, come on. Anyway, Isaiah 44 and 25, it says that frustrateth the tokens of the liars. Okay, and when you go into that word frustrateth, it means to break or violate. Okay, so he breaks and tokens represents an infrastructure, a distinguishing mark, or a banner. So we could say that, you know, the Most High, he breaks the things that Esau has set into place. His expectation, he stops that, man. He puts it to a halt. He'll have you thinking that you're gonna be able to, you know, have you rubbing your hands, you know, yeah, I'm about to go ahead and, you know, I got this working right now, you know, we finna do this. And then next thing you know, some major in your life happened to where you you got to start from ground zero, or you know what I mean, you got to give praise to the Most High, because he just took everything away from your ass, man. That's what's going to happen to America. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get this precept real quick. Sirach 11 and verse 18. It says, "There is that waxeth rich by his weariness and pinching, and this is the portion of his reward." So if you know, grinding it out, I'm talking about, you know, working, like I just seen something on, you know, social media about how Apple, you know, the CEOs of Apple, or, you know, starters of Apple, worked 14 to 16 hours a day for 3 years straight, you know, and this is, you know, where they're at now, which, you know, Bill Gates is a billionaire, and that's fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, America's still going to be destroyed. So this legacy that he's building is going to come to naught, you know. And Bill Gates is not the richest man on the planet, man. And it's not the nigga that owns Amazon either. Okay, you have families that own banks. So get that. Where do you think these companies didn't just create themselves, man? Okay, they're companies, but there's actually people behind them. Who you think started these banks, man? Who you think owns these banks? You're not gonna see the owner of Chase Bank, which Chase Bank is owned by is owned by, what's the name of that term? National Bank or some shit? I can't remember right now. But yeah, man, the Chase Bank is not that's like a son. Okay, you got the granddaddies that you can't even go to them banks, man. They just lend to the banks. The banks are the banks. Who you think own them, man? Who you think makes these decisions? The reason why all this shit's going on is not just spontaneous stuff, man. You people are so, man, simple, man. Anyway, Sirach 11 and 19, whereas he saith, I have found rest, and now will eat continually of my goods, and yet he knoweth not what time shall come, what time shall come upon him, and that he must leave those things to others and die. And you Edomites are gonna have to leave your substance. It's gonna be destroyed. It ain't gonna be left to others. Well, yeah, it's gonna be left to us. Excuse me. Those are the others that it's gonna be left to, man. Okay, we're going to possess those things that you possess, man. Scripture comes to mind is Isaiah 14 and 2. Okay. Anyway, I want to wrap it up. Go finish this last verse in Isaiah. It's Isaiah 44, I'm gonna read verse 25 all the way through. It says, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and maketh diviners mad, that turneth wise men backwards, and maketh their knowledge foolish. Okay, and so those diviners, represent, the monthly prognosticators, your astronomers and witchcrafters and all these, people that are into all this, different sciences and stuff like that. That stuff, all of their little knowledge and stuff like that, all the ideologies and philosophies is gonna be brought to naught. You Edomites are gonna be completely pummeled. The English vocabulary does not do justice to what's about to happen to not only you Edomites specifically, but everything that you've created, the ideas that you've circulated throughout the entire world during the course of your, few 100-year run, man. It's gonna be funny. We can't wait to see it. You 2/3, if you don't get right, you're gonna die just along with Esau. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.